Hey everyone, how's it going? Geek here, and today I have another awesome weekly update video for you guys. Today we're talking about everything I've been working on to get the game ready to launch for Beta 2 within the next few weeks. We have a ton of stuff to cover with everything from the new menu systems I've implemented to how the gameplay is being made to more accurately fit within the context of the CW Flash show. There's a lot to go over, so we're not going to waste any time. Before we get started though, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe down below. It helps grow the channel and keeps me coming back every other week to deliver you guys more amazing Flash game content. As always, you can check out the time codes in the video description if you want to jump around. Alright, let's get into it. Starting off, let me quickly talk about Central City before we move into talking about other parts of the game. To put it bluntly, Central City just isn't finished yet. Some of the buildings are still missing the wall running collisions, houses rest directly on the side of the road without any kind of yard attached to them, and some of the houses haven't been reoriented to face the correct way. It's a big city, and it requires a lot of time to make it 100% perfect. That being said, I'm not delaying the beta over it or anything. Just being transparent so that nobody goes into playing the second beta thinking there's something majorly wrong or even glitching with the city's layout. It's just not done. It will be eventually, but for the time being, people will unfortunately have to deal with it being unfinished. That's the point of betas though, for people to play around with unfinished games, which is why I'm not delaying anything over it. The city loads up correctly, is still very playable despite not being completely finished, and is very fun to run around in. The same obviously goes for every other environment in the game too. They work, they're playable, they're just not completely done yet. Moving on from there, let's talk about the updated UI for the game. Like I said in previous videos, the menu system needed a complete overhaul to make the game more cohesive and to make it a little more professional. I know this game isn't exactly AAA rated, but hell, we could at least try to get as close as possible, right? Besides that, who wants to look at an ugly menu screen every time they play a game? So I finished modeling out most of Star Labs' interior that I was working on and have it implemented as the background for the title screen before panning over to the main menu. I got a little creative here and made the menu system part of the Star Labs computer system. When the camera pans over, the Star Labs desktop comes up, allowing you to navigate where you want to go through the different files saved on their computer. I thought it was fun, different, and maybe in the future I can throw in different character voices to go with some menu interactions or something. Also, before anyone asks, no, I did not make those folder icons in the menu. I saw those online a couple days ago and I thought they were awesome, so I threw them in. I just thought they were pretty neat. So, let me quickly cover some new additions to the menus so I can explain what I'm adding and why. For starters, the game's options menu will come with a couple of new things implemented in it. You'll be able to change the screen resolution, something you couldn't do in the last beta, and switch the game from full screen to windowed mode. Basic stuff, right? The extras menu though is the biggest change being added to the game. It will come with a library of fan art and other community made content to show how the community involvement helped shape the game as it developed and to show how far we've come since the beginning. I guess you could say I'm sentimental like that. I also am adding several audio files that go into detail about different aspects of the game in the various game modes. These are just for people who want more information or context on what's going on with the game, both in terms of gameplay and development. I like being transparent and keeping everyone involved with what's happening with the game, so for those who would be interested, the audio files are there for you. Think of them as like extra Geek Studios episodes. As you can probably see by now, the extras menu is primarily going to be for content related to the community, behind the scenes stuff for development and things like that. Once the game gets far enough that there's something like achievements or in-game codes that you can redeem or something, that would obviously go in there too, but I don't have anything like that implemented yet in the game. Okay, moving past the menu system, however cool it is, let's talk about the gameplay. Something I've been doing to try and improve the gameplay was, like I said in the intro, to make it as accurate to the show as possible. For example, the game mode where you chase after Reverse Flash was always meant to take place in Season 1, being a variation of the events in Season 1 Episode 9, where Barry chases Thawne through the city before fighting in the stadium. Originally in the first beta, you just loaded in as the default Flash skin to play the minigame. If you recall though, Barry doesn't wear his suit to chase Reverse Flash, he runs out of his lab in plain clothes. So the game mode now defaults the character to civilian clothes Barry Allen. Same goes for the Meta Mystery game mode, where Barry now shows up to work in civilian clothes, rather than appearing in the Flash costume. And what about fighting with Savitar? Savitar's shrine was in a wooded area on the outskirts of the city, so obviously his arena needs to be more remote and densely packed with trees and foliage to make it more accurate to the show. Okay, great. The gameplay is now accurate to the context of the show. That's all fine and good, but what about the game modes themselves? What can people expect to be able to play in Beta 2? What is there to really do in the game? So, the beta has 5 individual game modes, not including free roam. You have the original 3 game modes, Chase Reverse Flash, Stop the Trickster, and Meta Mystery, as well as 2 new game modes, Fighting Flash and Kid Flash as Savitar, and Killing Flash as Reverse Flash, a mirror to the Chase Reverse Flash minigame. While each game mode obviously only features specific characters, all characters will be playable in free roam. This means gamers can choose to play as Flash, Kid Flash, Savitar, Arrow, or Reverse Flash in the free roam game mode. I'll also implement some combat dummies too, something I've shown in videos before when I first was testing out combat, so that players can go test abilities and just generally beat up on things to their heart's content. Okay, so we know the menu system is cool, because it is. And we know the different game modes are going to have combat and be awesome and stuff, because they are. But what about the rest of the game? Will there be any Easter eggs hidden in there? Any kind of secret characters, guest appearances? What if I wanted to play as like my all-time favorite CW Flash related YouTuber? Could I play as him? Well, obviously, yes. And you guys are just so sweet and I really, that means a lot to me. Oh, you meant him. No, get out of here. Screw you, you dead bitch. This is my show, and if anyone's getting a custom skin in here, it's gonna be me. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. Also, be sure to join us over on Discord, and make sure you follow Gamer Geek Studios on TikTok. Links in the description box down below. If you could, consider subscribing to the Patreon too. You'll get videos a day early, and you can even become an NPC in the Flash game. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Okay, I think that's good. The game has 2 guest characters in it as playable skins. Surely that's all it needs, right? I don't need to put anybody else in, right?